fruit, they can chop them or do anything. That is because their armor is, that is why he is telling about armor of God, how they are covered from the head to the toe. And that is means there's no gaps. Enemy cannot touch them. Enemy cannot intrude them. All say no gaps. Everyone say no gaps. No gaps. No gaps in my life. No gaps in my life. Because the moment we release a little bit of gap, that's how the enemy comes in. Just a small gap like this, enemy is waiting there. The invisible enemy, you can't see it, but you can feel it. You can't see it, but you can feel it. He is waiting. You give this much a gap, and the moment you start telling something bad about your pastor or something else, the enemy will say, oh, that man is calling me. This woman is calling me. There's a small gap had been left. And so he will intrude through that gap. He will come into your mind, heart, and everything. That's why Paul says there is 6 defense. That Paul is comparing this 6 defense to a armor of the soldier, Roman soldier during his time. And so I'm going through these 6 defenses. So please tell me, Pastor, when I have to stop. I will go through it. Okay. So the first defense. So let's go to the Word of God. First defense is belt of truth. Now here Paul is comparing about the Roman soldiers' armor where they have a strong belt around the waist. And the reason is, see, I am wearing a belt. Now in Sri Lanka and India, I'm not really sure of Africa, we wear a thing called sarang. Sarang, like a full this thing. And all the men wear sarang. And every man have to have a belt. If you don't have a belt and without belt, if you go in public, if the sarang without your knowledge can loosen and fall, and that is the end of the story, we will be put to shame. And especially if it happens in front of ladies. So it is very important that every one of us, we make sure as soon as the sarang goes, a belt like this goes. Even I am wearing this belt here now because my trouser is a bit loose. It can't fall off without my knowledge. But the belt is there. So I am very certain belt has become my protection. So that is what the Paul says here about the Roman soldier. They have a strong belt that will hold on the uniform, that it will not fall off, so the enemy cannot intrude into the system. Same way, in John chapter 8, verse 32, Jesus said, the truth will set you free. We must always learn to tell the truth. If we tell one lie, from one lie to many lies, and then you have created that gap, and the invisible enemy will come into our lives. So please, in every way, when we do, make sure that we don't allow any gaps for the invisible enemy to come into our lives. The second defense is breastplate of righteousness. Now, Paul is talking about breastplate is for the Roman soldier. He has a strong breastplate so that someone cannot shoot him, someone cannot kill him on the chest. He covers the complete area of the chest and the heart, and it's so strong. And that is what Paul is comparing that to the breastplate of the chest and heart. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23 says, you can make down the notes and then go and read all the verses. You'll get the bigger picture of my message today. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23, King Solomon says like this, watch over your heart with all diligence, for from it flow the springs of life.